didn't do nothing.
No, but for some reason, I sure felt safer for a few minutes there.
I love it when you say that. It's problematic. You did something.
Mountain State Penitentiary.
I can't even pull it up.
Hey y'all, it is Thursday and we're going to prison. We were going to do it the other day, but it was closed.
This is a perfect ring to do it on.
But look at this steam coming out of the mountain creeks and stuff. Boilers for the prison.
Huge coal hopper over our heads. Yep. Oh wow.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that.
Well, it probably loads it by train, you know. Yeah, how's it getting up there?
Why, they got free labor.
I don't see probably a conveyor somewhere.
You got a bunch of labor.
Hey, indigenous snakes.
Hey, dude. There's no snakes here.
Of course not. They'd all freeze to death. That's a nice old wheelchair. Does it move?
Yes.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah.
278,000 people.
What? No paranormal investigating or ghost hunting during daytime hours. Really?
No.
Violator. Wow, what does that entail? Because I'd kind of like to video. Never surrendering. Ever. Never surrendering.
Office or something.
Reported to the central control every day. They exchanged a metal chip with their first initial and last name for 2 sets of keys, which were needed to open.
Well, this was all admin, I thought.
Yeah.
General keys and codes were kept safety.
No, not at all.
Locked up. James Earl Ray? That sounds familiar.
Killed Martin Luther King. Oh, there's the whipping post. Discipline plaque. I like discipline plaque. Thinking about the whipping though.
It'd be pretty loud.
Lots of arrows going over. You think that it just go
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
What?
You know how to get to town? That way.
He would just get lost.
Always trying to get me in the shower. No.
Wow.
Freaking Chevy drivers. Yeah, there's a place for your sweat to drip out. You don't want to be in the bottom bunk. You definitely don't want to sleep underneath.
If they're not long enough for me, they're not long enough for you. Nope.
Inmates made pets out of birds, rats, even a 6-foot chicken snake they kept in a box. It was absolute code among convicts that animal cruelty was off limits and transgressors would be taken out. Prisoners tossed heads of cabbage out of the back door of the kitchen to feed the groundhogs. What is that?
Killer Martin Luther King stayed in cell 28.
He was a CIA patsy.
Yes, he was actually.
Which one's 28?
What's that say up above the top part?
The game. The game is
$1.
to be sold, not to be
Okay.
told.
Huh.
The game is to be sold, not to be told. Ain't that something? Hey y'all, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with new content. Sure, go ahead, provoke them. You're scraping the paint right off that. Caution, microwave in use. Oh, beautiful murals. With the wreckage. 3 times a day, every cell door open in an entire block, and guards march 200 inmates single file to the cafeteria. For a time, the surrounding 60-acre working farm, which included livestock, a butcher house, crop fields, and dairy barn, provided for all of the food for the prisoner or for the prison inmates, not only cooked for fellow convicts, but also prison employees. Later, meals made in the kitchen were also trucked downhill for minimum security and work release prisoners who lived in barracks outside the wall.
How thick is the glass?
Two foxes. Foxy. The Great Escape guru James Slagle, in 1970, a few years into his 318-year sentence for kidnapping and murder, James Slagle was looking for a way out of prison in a box. Since large containers never left Brushy, Slagle studied yoga for nearly a year and learned to masterfully contort his small body. With the help of kitchen co-workers, he squeezed into an 18 by 9-inch boxes taped together, labeled 153 pounds of roast beef, placed among food on a flatbed truck. Once on the highway, he used his shoulders to bust open the box and deftly tumbled off the truck to freedom. Unfortunately for Slagle, he'd been spotted by an off-duty prison guard out rabbit hunting and was soon back in Brushy facing time in the hole. Ooh, he's got a tumor. It's not a tumor. Yes, I'm blue, hoping you won't be too. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Another shower. There's another shower. This is right open to the public.
What the?
Or right open to the air. They got windows now open.
Just gonna go over to see. It's just a bolt holder.
Yeah, look at these doors aren't letting in much light.
No.
Well, there is a light bulb up there.
Well, they said that it was so dark, and I think they added the light later. It was so dark, they said that most of them lost their vision. They had an inmate assigned to them because it took about a week for their vision to come
This one's
back.
got a double-decker bunk.
They might have just put that in there.
This one has a double-decker bunk. Doesn't mean there were 2 people in there.
I mean, it doesn't have the shelves, but it's like got more room than.
What in the world is this? The shower, maybe?
Yeah.
No idea.
Hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with new content. Trevor tried to lock me in the hole. The museum. Employees who had passed away during service with the state of Tennessee, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. Passed away during service. Does that mean they were on the job?
Interesting.
As you could find your way by the coke oven's light.
I have a little coal stove about that size. Those guys are hitting upside down.
Okay, dude, look at the boots they got. That's weird boots. Just.
Prison-made ring fashioned from dining room spoon. That is impressive. Look at the etching and stuff.
Here's a sculpture made by plastic bags that hard.
If literally all you had to do was
Handmade gun.
Yeah, right here.
What?
That's all you did.
Yeah, but how did you get the parts for it? That's just crazy.
Made in.
Ooh, that's a 38 caliber zip gun. Outlaw Brotherhood. Oh wow. These guys did have some talent, didn't they? I mean, look at that ring and the inscriptions on that ring. Shackles.
Picture of crematory.
Oh, that's a crematory? That's always nice to have, right? Shackles, leg irons, tear gas canister.
Last night with a makeshift wire ladder, but one only made it 100 yards beyond the facility. Jerry Ward was hit by a shotgun blast as he climbed the 14-foot wall. The others went up the mountain, probably in 2 or 3 separate groups. Among them was James Earl Ray, the convicted assassin of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The scene of the president immediately following the escape was somewhat chaotic. There was no organized search except for that done.
Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary.
I saw it in the mirror this morning. But it's fine. You know, we get some practice. There's doctors. I've got to grab my key.
Yeah, this says death row on the front of it.
Where? But it sounded good. Well, it definitely said death row on
On this here, it says death row on it.